3 years ago, I started taking singing lessons as a joke. Because I just thought it would be funny if like one day like I was just hanging out with the boys.
Yeah.
And like
Belted
out a song. And like,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
That would be a good bit.
Just kicking it with the boys in the most song friendly environment, and they just belt out like Sinatra or something. Yeah, so I've been going to this for like a year. I went to this guy he's a voice coach of the stars.
Wow.
And I remember going up to his apartment, and he was like, "This is so great. This is cool. We get to work together." He's like, "What project is this for?" And I was like, "This is for my pure enjoyment."
And that's why I'm going to roast Kyle this morning. So, Kyle wants to be a douchebag and say that he's not on the invite list that I sent out. Hey, Kyle, is that you right there, brother? That's you, isn't it?
I'm now on the invite list.
No, you've been on the invite list for a while, my friend.
I remember you having a picture of it earlier sent to us, and I wasn't on that list. You only had Jared and David on that list.
You've been.
And David said he did never accept it.
No, I know what you're talking about. It was me and Jared. Those were the people who had accepted the invitation he sent.
February 18th. There you are on the list. You see that green check mark next to Jake? That means he accepted it. So when I sent it out to the correct email address, they accepted it. Let's even go back. Yeah, hey. Oh, look at that. February 11th. There you are again.
That's where you also have a problem right there, Jared.
What?
You gotta... I don't check my email. My work knows I don't check my email.
Send me an invite, guys. We'll show up. You have to get in touch
with him by text, which he also doesn't read.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's more of a chance of me checking it than my email.
So how do I send you an invite to the list to be on the show if you won't check your email, Kyle?
Have you considered carrier pigeon?
No, possibly.
Have you considered sending Yuki the email? And Yuki tells me.
Sure. Send me Yuki's email and I'll send Yuki the invite.
Oh, don't worry. She was trained by Kyle. She also doesn't check her email.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, go figure. Go figure. Gotta blur that out now too. Jesus. Everything's just popping up here today. Would you stop throwing your fucking shit at me, Helios? Good God. So they ran out of the normal food that they like to eat. So I got the normal stuff and I got like a high seed mix and they've just been throwing it everywhere. So every morning I wake up, there's just seed all over my desk and I got to clean it up.
Yeah, I have that problem too.
God damn it. I knew he was going to say it.
It's not going how I wanted to start.
Does it ever, Jared?
Nope. No, it doesn't.
Not with us.
But I got some good big news, by the way. I have contacted a couple of voice actors to put together actual introductions and stuff. So it'll actually be nobody's listening content that I can actually play, and it's mine, and it's not something I hodgepodge together. So when I throw it up on YouTube, YouTube doesn't always go, "Hey, copyright strike, you can't monetize this."
Nice.
Yeah, so
that's really cool.
Yeah, that's coming down the pipeline. I got a couple of actors, or I should say actresses, who are more than willing to do the voiceovers. I just got to talk to them about it, and hopefully in like the next couple of weeks we could have it up. So, big news! This show's going legit, you guys.
I'm excited to hear it.
Only took.
That's not our objective.
I know. The numbers keep going up, though, Kyle. I don't know what to do.
That's not our objective, though.
I know our objective is to fail completely, but we're doing the opposite, man. So fuck it. Let's go legit, so I can just waste my money.
That's when we'll hit 0.
Yeah.
If you fail at failing, it can't be succeeding. But what is it?
When you fail at can Google help us? Hey,
wait, that's just failing upwards.
There we go.
What is failing of failing?
Failing at failing.
It's what Big Head does in Silicon Valley.
Yeah. How good is that show?
Very.
Very good. Very good. I love Silicon Valley, man.
It's a Mike Judge show.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all good. Even Beavis and Butthead.
Dude, I was watching that Tacoma FD with my wife the other night, and fucking Guilfoyle shows up. He's like this like super goth fucking like punk rock dude who's also into D&D. And they call him in to like beat their buddy who's being a dickhead DM and like rules lawyer him.
Nice.
It's great.
So basically, they just combined his character from Freaks and Geeks with his character from Silicon Valley.
Yes.
That's perfect. Also, I'm still mad that guy's hot now. That's
right.
That's not right. Like, I'm fine with everyone else who was in Freaks and Geeks being hotter than me now, but Bill can't be hotter than me. That's unacceptable.
Why does that make you mad, Jake?
Dude, have you ever seen Freaks and Geeks?
No, I haven't.
He's like the most like awkward looking like kid you've ever fucking seen in your life in that show, because he was like 13. And then like seeing him and stuff as an adult, I like one didn't recognize him at first, and then two was like, this guy's not allowed to be hotter than me. That's unacceptable.
Oh, is he the guy with the Coke bottle glasses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So many fucking ads, Jesus. So it's
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, welcome to the internet. Shit. Well, yeah, there you go. This is the photo of them for. Oh, Seth Rogen's in it. What's his nuts in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
like the
James
start of
Franco.
all of those careers. Was that
Yep.
show?
Oh. Oh wait, who's that kid? Who the fuck is he? Why?
There's a lot of them. It's a show about kids.
No, I know. No, it's not Martin Starr.
No, Martin Starr's the one that we're talking about.
Yep.
Sam Levine, maybe.
The Coke. Oh, okay. Well, he
Jason
was-
Segel. Fucking.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Freaks and Geeks, also a good show. I recommend it.
It is actually. Yeah, it is a good show.
Nice. I will have to check that out. Now, I take it we've all played Borderlands, right?
Yep. I've played all of the Borderlands, I think.
Even the very, very bad pre-sequel?
Yep.
Okay. How do you...
I think he's one of the people who liked it.
I thought it was fine.
How do you feel about the trailer?
It does not look good. Well, it does not look like Borderlands.
Okay.
Actually, not even that. Not even that. It looks like Borderlands. It doesn't feel like Borderlands. The characters all feel off in that trailer.
Why does it not feel like Borderlands?
I don't know. The comedy just feels really, really toned down. It feels more like Guardians of the Galaxy than Borderlands jokes. Like, especially Tiny Tina just does not come across as Tiny Tina to me.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't. Whoops, everything's shaking. I don't feel like she.
She feels like someone gave Tiny Tina Ritalin.
She still has the personality of Tiny Tina, but it's Tiny Tina just toned down to like a 9, where she's usually at like a 15. So
Yes. I feel similarly about Jack Black's Claptrap. Like, he sounds fine, but again, it just feels like a watered down version of Claptrap.
he feels very muted. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, everything did, and that's like the opposite of what you want with Borderlands, because that's Borderlands' whole thing, is that it's like stupidly over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, David.
Sorry. Also, like I don't know how I feel about the trailer. I definitely haven't seen the whole thing, because the minute that the hatch opens and it shows them. The fact that there's not, at least in the background, fucking some 90s Cage the Elephant playing,
Mm-hmm.
like, fuck you. You have to have that song. I cannot hear Cage the Elephant without thinking of Borderlands, even their tame shit.
I don't like the fact that they're mixing 1, 2, and 3 together for the first part, because Krieg didn't come till 2, and then Tiny Tina was kind of there in 1, and it I don't know, everything feels muted and toned down, but I'm hesitantly excited to see what they're able to come up with, just because of the fact that it's Borderlands, and just a couple things feel wrong with it, but I'm gonna watch it. I feel like I should give it a shot. Right, go in with an open mind.
Yeah, and I mean, a trailer isn't always a good indicator of if a movie is going to be good or not. But also, having looked into the behind the scenes stuff, that worries me way more than a bad trailer.
Oh,
The movie's been this movie's been in production since 2015.
well, haven't they
Like,
been trying to get it
it's
off the
been
ground since then?
yeah, yeah. It's been rewritten by I think 6 or 7 different people now. They brought in a different director to do the reshoots after they shot the movie during the pandemic, so it's going to have all the weird pandemic issues going on in addition to all of that. Like, there's a lot of things that could make this movie go wrong just looking at the production.
I don't know.
It could overcome that stuff, but it's not a good sign.
I think Blackjack as Claptrap is, I think, probably the best
Blackjack?
casting they have.
I want to see Jamie Lee Curtis's Tannis. Yeah. Oh, come on, dude.
I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that casting.
I'm fine with it.
It's weird.
She's got some fucking cannons, dude. Still, I'm down. I'm down for the Tannis.
Kevin Hart's the one that's weird to me.
Oh,
it's
Kevin
weird
Hart
that
is
they.
the worst.
It's not weird that he's in the movie. Kevin Hart should absolutely be in a Borderlands movie, just not as Roland, whose whole thing is that he's the one serious character in Borderlands. Don't bring in a fucking stand-up comedian to play that guy. What were you thinking?
Well, I mean, I get it. Also, he's supposed to be fairly tall, and he's not in that movie. Which, I mean, an actor's height should never really fucking matter. But also, who is it? Ryan Redmond. Her casting as Ellie is a nice, good direction. I think they could have definitely gone maybe somebody a little bit different, because they have a real chance. Because Ellie was a great character. I fucking loved Ellie. The only thing that I have a problem with is Charles Balboa, I think is the guy's name. Is he at least British? Please tell me he's at least a British actor.
Who cares? Some of the best American characters are played by British people and vice versa. So.
Well, his whole thing is he's got that giant fucking stash, and he's just a very British gentleman. Right? I don't care the fact that he's black. I don't give a fuck about that. Just make him British to where I can have that Sir Hammerlock fucking accent. That's all that I give a shit about. Is let's just hear that real big thick accent. Benjamin Brian Davis as Marcus. Yes, please, all day, every day. That's gonna be great. I don't know. I what?
I haven't seen all of the castings because the thing that you sent us is pretty fucking small on my phone.
Yeah.
But the one that worries me the most is the fucking Berserker. How do you do that and still make this film not NC-17?
Not.
I know it wouldn't actually be that high of a rating, but
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of the things that's still very much up in the air, is that certain versions of this were made to be rated R, certain versions were written to be PG-13, and they haven't released which one this will actually be yet.
gotcha.
I'm very curious.
How do you have the Psycho in it and it's not rated R?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The Psycho is because he's a
how do
psycho berserker.
there's not even like salt the wounds right in the beginning or something out of nowhere.
Strip the
Right?
flesh,
And
salt
how
the
do you
wounds.
get across to a movie audience when he's like, burn the codfish to flay the flesh and burn the soil? He was saying hi. Like, how do you fucking do that without subtitles or something?
And they'll probably just have subtitles.
Yeah. Well, I think they could do it a very interesting way where he says some fucked up shit and then they subtitle it like they do like when people are speaking foreign languages, right? You could do that, but you got to tone it down to like maybe just some gobbledygook where he's talking and it's just like yeah, and then like it turns out that Claptrap has got like a little translator and he's like 3D holographicking what he's saying to everybody. Like that could be a cool way to do it.
And I didn't hear a single car-based sex pun, which there's a fuckload of in Borderlands. The term crankshaft gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah, like I said, the jokes felt very watered down. They felt very like B tier Guardians of the Galaxy jokes as opposed to Borderlands jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also not like opposed to older women playing the hot things, but what is up with all of the main actresses being like 50 plus in this? Like Jamie Lee Curtis, like Tannis, get it. Still smoke show. Gina Gershon, 61, playing fucking Mad Moxie. And then
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, fucking who's Moxie?
Gina Gershon is Mad Moxie. Like, she's still pretty fucking attractive as shit. And then Kate Blanchett is 54, but she's playing Lilith. I mean, I kind of get it because as a siren, you do live forever, but like maybe go with somebody who's 30 or 40 and not 50. And, you know, maybe I'm shaming here. I don't know. Cancel me. But like,
holy shit, she's how old?
Yeah.
61 years old. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to say that sentence that just came to my head because I'm not living with these fuckers for the rest of my life. But no, I could see it.
No,
like,
no. Please do say it.
Without a fucking costume, even though, just looking at like some of the shots from other films, I could see why they would go with her as Moxie. She's definitely got that fucking like air of sophistication that she's gonna have because she dresses like a whore, but she talks like someone who's way more sophisticated than anyone else in Borderlands. So
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, like I saw a few of the photos and the little bit that she did, she could play that psychotic old, anthropologist that was sent to Pandora to study, and I just yes please all day every day. So
last couple things I've seen her in, she has not done well, so I'm really hoping she brings her A game, because I love old Jamie Lee Curtis, but some of her newer stuff is just like
I'm trying to think of the last thing I saw her in. It's been a while.
I think the last thing I saw her in was the newest version of
Oh, good.
Her horror franchise that she was...
Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween. Thank you.
One, that's not the newest version. There's been 2 Halloween movies since then, and 2, she was great in that.
Wait, fucking, there's been 2 since the last one she was in?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, they pump those out like fucking candy, man. It's like a new flavor of Kit Kat that they try in Japan. It's just every week.
Dude, holy dick. I did not know they made 2 more since then.
Oh, by the way, Charles Babaloa, he's British. I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
Fucking Jared.
Dude, I'd like, that's Hammerlock. He's a motherfucking Brit with a giant mustache, right? With a robotic arm. Just give me the fucking accent, all right?
Should we go through and break his heart for all the, like, English people who have played Americans or vice versa?
I just want a legitimate accent, okay? That's all I care about. I just want a good, solid accent.
Ah, you mean like the stylings of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I've never seen
The
that.
best accents.
Oh, dude.
It has famously terrible accents,
Yeah.
all of which are introduced in season 2.
Good. Then my
Half
heart.
of which I unironically love. Like,
Well, then when my heart breaks and I cry, you can console me. So
Oh, Jared.
what? I'm excited. All right, like my it it's like when I realized Henry Cavill was Superman. Right? It just be still my heart. All right. I saw him in that. I fell in love and.
I get it. See, my movie that I'm excited for is Deadpool and Wolverine. That's my movie this year.
Do tell.
I take it back, David. Jamie Lee Curtis has been in all of the new Halloweens. I thought
Oh,
she was
okay.
only in the initial reboot, which was great. I haven't watched the ones after that.
I've
Because
only
I heard
yeah,
they were terrible.
yeah, it's not good. All right, I that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, what? Which is funny, Jake, because that's the only one of those that I haven't seen, by the way.
It's really good.
I've seen the 2 new ones. I thought, okay, I guess I need to memorize the year for fucking Halloween so I can. Anyways,
Yeah, there's
that's
like
a whole
40
nother-
of those movies, David.
Dude, I thought there was like 6, and then I started looking it up when we were talking about it on a podcast fucking like a year ago, and I was Jesus Christ. But anyways,
Why,
Yeah, no.
David, are you excited about the new Deadpool?
because one, it is an interesting way that they could recover from the whole Jonathan Majors is a piece of shit, and reset and still do the Secret Invasion and Secret Wars thing that they've already been talking about. Two, I'm pretty sure they're going to use this movie to set up the Fantastic Four, who I think is going to be dealing with Doctor Doom. And you could have a really interesting way to sort of like cameo introduce him without taking a ton of focus off of like the main movie. And then also it's Deadpool. And they're kind of doing the Deadpool kills uh run, it looks like. So you're going to see a lot of like Deadpool not only against himself but also against other like versions of superheroes that have lost their way, and so you'll probably get to see a couple things like Deadpool potentially killing Spider-Man. And well, we won't see that one because of the fucking Sony bullshit, but you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Why? So how?
Mhm.
Like you said, the Kang the Destroyer. Who the what was the guy's name again?
Jonathan Majors.
Did that really derail Marvel as much as?
Yeah. They spent fucking like 2 TV shows and 4 movies trying to set his ass up. And now, oh, we can't do that anymore.
Well, I mean, I know that he basically was found out to be like a real piece of shit, but like
Yeah.
with the Marvels and everything else that was kind of implemented, was it just that those just sucked, or was it because he was no longer able to be a part of anything and that's why it failed so miserably?
Are you trying to ask if Jonathan Majors being a piece of shit is the reason why the Marvels
Yeah,
is not like
because I
first of all, I wouldn't call the Marvels a failure.
okay.
I mean, in terms of box office, it was.
Yeah, like
It didn't make its budget back.
Yeah, I heard like they just nobody really gave a shit to watch it. Nobody cared to watch it. It just flopped miserably at the box office.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, one, it came out in a year where almost or in a time period where most movies were failing, and also it's not as strong as it could have been. And third, it all I mean, most of its promotion was countered with the same typical bullshit of yeah, but they're 3 girls and they're not a dude, so they can't accomplish anything.
Hmm. I just thought it was because of the Jonathan Majors things. I don't like.
No, it had nothing to do with the Jonathan Majors stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, his character wasn't involved in that story at all.
Yeah.
I kind of gave up after the She-Hulk shenanigans.
What?
I basically stopped watching Marvel after the She-Hulk shenanigans. I got wildly burned out, and then I saw She-Hulk.
You mean the show that was
Yeah.
phenomenal?
Yeah, I gave up after that.
You gave up after
Interesting.
one of the best shows that they released?
Yeah, not gonna lie. I
Okay.
what
What was it about She-Hulk that put you off?
when I found out Hulk had a kid, I was like, oh, okay. He explicitly said at the beginning he couldn't have a kid, and it turns out he had a kid. And then I don't know, just it felt like her back story just I don't know, it didn't resonate with me, and I understand
Wait,
it
wait,
can't.
wait, wait.
What?
A story about a woman didn't resonate with you,
Yeah,
Jared?
yeah,
I
it
have
didn't
good news for you.
resonate.
You're a dude.
Yeah, I know. It couldn't resonate with me. It didn't resonate that well with me, and then I don't know. The whole Cardi B, the twerking thing in the office, I was like, that was kind of cool though. That was kind of cool, but at the same
Megan Thee
time,
Stallion.
Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. Sorry, I get all those rappers mixed up, but I was like, it's a cool scene, but I know that they got a lot of hate for that shit. And then just she would show up, and then the Hulk was just like, "Oh yeah, you're great." And then remember the rock throwing thing, where she was like, "Oh look, I did it so good," and he's like, check this out. This is where you need to be at. And I'm like, she's just not progressing at all. And then the whole Daredevil tie-in again, I was just like, I don't care anymore. The universe is getting too big. That's what got me the most.
It's fucking Marvel. What the
I
fuck
know.
do you want?
Dude, I want a linear fucking storyline that I can follow, right?
It was
The
linear.
comics aren't for you.
Yeah, that's why I can never finish Superman 52. I will never finish
Fair.
that comic. Everything starts getting so big, and there's so many things that I have to remember, and I just want a trilogy, and then it's done, man.
Okay.
Like they're tying in
Fair
the
enough.
TVA thing with Loki now too, and I'm just like, I just fucking. I don't want to be so
Yes,
lost.
because they're standalone stories that also hint at other things and then build things.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing that you have to be able to do with comics, and it's getting that way with the MCU now as well,
Yeah.
where you have to be able to enjoy a thing without knowing everything that's going on.
And if I
Because
don't know,
they're going to explain things that are plot relevant. There's going to be shit that's like in the background you're not going to understand, but that's fine. You don't need to understand everything.
well, like
Yep.
with the Eternals, right? When I did I argue that with you, David, or did I argue that with somebody else? Where they killed the Eternal in the middle of the fucking ocean, and they never made any single comment about a giant fucking creature that's just turned to stone in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Never again. Never mentioned anywhere else ever in the history of never ever. And it's not a fucking
One,
celestial
it has
being.
been it's been referenced once. Two, part of that is because of dude bros who want comics to be their thing now, even though they beat up all the kids who were reading comics in high school. So they don't fucking understand how it goddamn works. And they were like, and that was the first movie to really suffer the, oh my God, they have foreigners in it. We're not going to go watch it because, it's basically a foreign film. Dude, shut the fuck up. Every comic book nerd, every person that movie was made for that has watched it has
Mhm.
been like, I really like that movie. The only person I've ever heard say this movie sucks is the fucking dude bros who want to act like they've always been in a fucking comics, but they were fucking beating the shit out of the nerds in high school and never actually read one. Like,
Hard.
I don't know about that. There's a
again, that's been my
big part.
personal experience with it.
I know the kind of guys you're talking about, but there's a lot of them have been into comics the whole time. This isn't a new thing. This has been a part of comics going back to like the 80s.
Where I call
would beat up the nerds that were reading comics to get the comics.
Yeah, I called you all
Sometimes,
nerdy losers in high school, and then lo and behold, one of my deployments, I got a hold of Wolverine Origins, and I had to order 6 or 7 more comic books, and I would order a comic book or two every single week to make sure I kept getting shipments up until I left Kuwait.
Yeah.
So
I know this isn't a new phenomenon, but it is very much so a different medium and is accessible to even a larger audience than
Sure.
comics was. And so when you enhance that audience, that is going to it's the loudest voice is the voice. That's
Sure.
always that's been an issue movies face constantly. And the loudest voice with the Eternals was a bunch of fucking gym rat dude bros who were like, it's got a fucking Asian and a woman in it. The white guy's the bad guy. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, see, all that I saw kind of was from like the comic gate people who are super into comics. They're just also
Super weirdly racist.
yes,
Yeah, I know.
they're the sort of people who have read like all of X-Men and clearly did not understand what X-Men was about.
Yeah. Dude,
X-Men was
nothing
about
better
wanting to
than a
have
fuck-
sex with what's her name, the Storm,
Dude.
right?
Yep.
So
I mean,
there was-
you're not entirely wrong.
You're
Look,
not.
if Jake wants to
Like,
fuck Storm, we know she's hot, all right?
Oh,
Look.
not just me. Every supervillain who meets Storm is like, I'm gonna murder all of you. Ooh, maybe not her though. Hey, do you want to
Yeah,
marry me?
yeah.
Actually,
I exclusively like Dick and only Dick, except for that. I will take that.
Yeah. Oh fuck, dude.
literally the first time the X-Men like run into like Doctor Doom, that's what happens. He's like kidnapping them, and then he's like, I think I think I want to marry that one though.
Yeah.
And then they like
Legitimately.
team up and like go their separate ways, and they're like, Doctor Doom's okay.
So, David, I want to go back to the Eternals because the only reason why I didn't like it is because they were supposed to be a family, and their whole family, it's not dichotomy, is it? Dynamic?
Dynamic?
Yeah, their dynamic
There you
just felt off. Like they didn't feel like a legitimate family. That was my
'Cause they aren't.
problem. Well, I thought they were supposed to be the Eternals, the family or whatever that helped. No, was I mistaken?
Yes. They're a family, but they're a family in the way that like
You and Kyle?
gods are in Greek mythology.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so my daddy is Zeus, but my mommy is somebody totally different. Okay.
Well, and also they were created for different purposes and things, and like they aren't like they all know that they're family, but they also know that they aren't quite the same. Yeah, it gets into a lot of weird like mythological background stuff because like for the Eternals, they pulled from a lot from like Greek mythology, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jake, but I believe it was some Arab mythology was the original.
Yeah, I mean Gilgamesh is a character
Nice.
of the Epic of Gilgamesh, like
Right. Yeah.
Babylonian stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. It again, and this is where the depth of my nerdiness just peters way off like a cliff. It's just I don't want to have to understand 15 million things to understand the movie. That's just my problem. I've said it 1,001 times. I
would
want to go
argue
in
that-
dead. You know?
See, but I would argue specifically with that one that you don't. Like, I think the Eternals is a good example of one that is actually. So that was my main argument with the Eternals is they did a poor job of connecting it to the rest of the universe. It's a much better standalone film.
Well, and then they have that ending with the sword, and they're like, "We're gonna go do the thing," and then it's like, "Okay, well, where's Eternals 2? Where's the thing you're gonna go do with the sword, man?"
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might happen. It might not because of all the changes they've had to make.
And that's the other thing. Like, don't
Listen, if people would stop raping people, we could have a much better cinematic universe.
That's not what Jonathan Majors did. He just beat his girlfriend.
I thought he was the one that got in trouble as well for like.
No,
I thought
that's the guy who plays Namor who has those accusations against him.
Oh, that's fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I got it confused then. Because I know that's what it started with, but I was under the impression that he got arrested for that, and then during the trial, sexual assault stuff came out against him as well.
Not that I'm aware of. I just
Okay.
know what he got found guilty of is assault and harassment.
Okay, and I could have it backwards because the dude who played Namor, which by the way did a fantastic fucking job, is also apparently a human pile of shit.
I'm good with that. I didn't like Namor.
But see, that's the other thing.
Fuck you, fuck you, Kyle.
The MCU is so big that they basically are. Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to touch on that subject at all. Like at all. You have
Okay.
well, I mean the chance. So Hollywood is dirty enough as it is, right? And when you keep expanding Hollywood and you bring more and more people into the circle and you propel them to the MCU with how much attention the MCU gets, you're going to have that happen where the dirtiness of the actors or actresses are going to show. And then all of a sudden you can't make whole sequels because of the massive attention that comes of it. And it's just
good.
It's good because they get punished for their actions, but at the same time, I want to see what that Eternal does with that weird fucking sword that I know nothing about.
Sure, but I'll gladly sacrifice a fucking movie that I'm excited for people to be safe from shitty human beings.
But I'm not saying that that's what I want, David.
I know, I get it. I'm just saying.
I want to know how the story ends. Well, it's like District 9, right? Where's District 10? Where's the fucking sequel? Come back in 3 years. And the alien was, I will be back in 3 years. And I get fucking shivers right now with that. And I get emotional because I want to know, I want him to be okay. All right. That is an emotional fucking ending. And I cried like a baby back bitch when that lady checked her. Go fuck yourself, man. She cried. I cried when the little origami piece was there, man. He loved that woman. He loved her, man.
I did not care about that movie at all.
Oh God, getting emotional thinking about it.
Dude,
I'm always fascinated by the movies that you latch on to, Jared.
Right?
Why? What about what?
Because they're always movies that I've never heard anyone else be passionate about. That's not a bad thing. It just fascinates me.
Well, he's just a guy doing his really shitty fucking job, trying to kick the aliens out, right? Or do whatever the fucking UN government wants him to do. He gets sick, and then his whole life turns around into, you have to be the hero. You have to do the thing. He helps them leave, and he promises, I will come back, I will get my people, and I will save you. And then he knows the consequences of what's going to happen, and he still does it no matter what. And he says, you come back in 3 years, you save me. You save everybody. You save your people. It is a normal person coming from nothing to actually be something. Not this fucking Marvel bullshit that they put out there where Captain America gets steroid injected and gets real hot out of the gate, where what's-her-name actually touches him, and that's not in the script, which that moment was cool. When I found out it was unscripted and she had to touch him, that was cool. But still saying, like, it's a better origin story, I would say, than some or most.
Okay.
Fight me, David.
You're just wrong. That's fine.
And it's okay. I'm the intern.
Yeah.
You and Eric are just such a perfect combination for File Under. Because Eric's the same way, where the movies that Eric is obsessed with also fascinate and confuse me.
I'm pretty sure we like Brotherhood of the Wolf for two very different reasons too. So
that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Yes, you're very different, but also have the weird similarity of you latch on to like just the weirdest fucking movies possible, and I love that.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Hey Kyle, you want to say some words so people know you're here?
No, I want to go to bed now.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
I think he said like
District 9 had a perfectly fine ending. It's where a lot of books leave off and everything at the same time.
I didn't shit on the ending. I shitted on the whole movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad your name is Jake for this episode.
What?
Nothing. You can find it in post.
Son
Anyways.
of a bitch.
You know what? I guess since we're all arguing, it's time.
The Human Resources Department requires that I be available once a month to discuss workplace disputes with my employees.
So this is something that I'm kind of glad Jake introduced to us, where he wanted to complain about my podcast and all the crazy things that go on with it. And since Jake is now officially caught up, I thought we would do this thing where we go round robin and we just complain about a thing that we have an issue with this week. So David, you want to start us off?
First of all, Jake, are you caught up?
No, I think there was some confusion.
Oh wait,
right.
what?
So
No.
I got to the first episode that we were on with Eric back
Oh.
in 2022, not the start of like this era. So I do still have like almost a year's worth. I have like 9 months of podcast before I'm to the nobody's listening era.
So
I
did
just
you
have
find that?
started having to listen to my own voice because I listened to 2 episodes I was on now, which sucked.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you started to be this. This is where I really gotten with you guys. Okay, well, still,
Yes.
we'll still do it where we complain about something. But Jake, what have you found in your most recent endeavors that I totally misinterpreted?
Well, the only note that I have down from my listening to this podcast is I hate hearing my voice, especially in the episode that's just me and you, where it's a lot of me talking. It wasn't too bad, but it was me, you, David, and Eric. You know, I was talking some, but, you know, there was enough other people that kind of balanced out, but I have to listen to myself for like an hour and a half with only, you know, you there to interject. Pretty terrible.
Well, that's where I
So,
interviewed you.
fuck you, Kyle, for suggesting this podcast.
Was it me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't this the that was the
I
episode
didn't
where we
vote for
pimped
this
your book,
one, though,
right?
Jake.
Yes.
Just want a disclaimer. I didn't vote for this one in your poll. I voted for a different one.
That doesn't surprise
Son
me.
of a
but
bitch.
That's a very you thing to do to get it on the list and then not vote for it.
Kyle, I joined Twitter just to vote for this podcast. All right.
Well, I wanted him to listen to No Sleep.
Then you should have suggested No Sleep.
It
He
was on
did.
the list.
He did.
Oh. That's it. You weren't happy to listen to your own voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did make myself laugh once, though, in the episode that had all of us. I had a very, yeah, that was a good joke, me.
It's like those arguments in the shower. I would have smoked him if I had said that.
It was Dave. We were talking about my and Eric's love for spreadsheets, and Dave just said that, you know, for him spreadsheets aren't fun; they're just functional. And I immediately said, "Well, David, what does functional start with?"
Fun.
I was
Okay.
very pleased with that joke.
That's fair enough.
But other than that, yeah, fuck everything I say. I'm an idiot.
I got you, man. I got you. Well, okay. Well, we're still gonna go round robin, right? If you're in the part where you're gonna be showing up a lot more, you're probably just gonna hate everything about it. So, Kyle, why don't we let David finish eating or doing what he's doing, and we'll start with you, buddy. What is something you want to complain about this week?
Why haven't the world made the all cure yet? I'm fucking tired of getting sick all week.
The old
Huh?
cure?
All cure?
Oh.
You're playing video games cures every ailment.
You mean fuck it all, right?
The fucking all cure from any RPG game ever that cures every ailment from paralysis, poison, curse.
Essentially, this is a Kyle's complaint for the week is I'm sick.
I fucking hate life. I was running on half batteries all week. My fucking sleep schedule is all sorts of fucked up.
Dude, tell me about it. Fuck.
I like at least 3 days this week. My sleep schedule has been the same as Jake's.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
For those of you who don't know, and as Eric would say, if this is your first time listening to File and Entertainment, which is there's a very high likelihood, Jake sleeps at like 5 in the morning.
Well, it's impossible for this to be their first time listening to File Under Entertainment. This isn't File Under Entertainment.
It's the joke, David. It's the joke.
I know. And I was being a pedantic asshole.
He was trying to call you.
I want my Zoom powers back to where I can just mute people. That's what I want to complain about this week. I'm in Discord, and I can't just mute David when I'm angry at him. That's my complaint for the week.
Yeah, but I can mute you, bitch.
But I am recording through OBS, so I mean, you can mute me all you want, but I'm still going to talk.
That's fine. We just won't have to hear you. That's the listener's problem, Jared.
I will, just with a very big delay.
God.
David, what would you like to complain about, sir?
I don't know. Earlier in the week, I probably could have conjured up 30,000 things. I've been pretty chill this weekend, so I don't know. I don't know that I have anything to bitch about right now.
That's your complaint. You don't have something to complain about.
No, I mean, I just don't have anything that I care enough about to bitch about. Like, I think everyone should go to the fucking Netflix. There's my complaint. All streaming services need to go to the Netflix model of release the whole goddamn show. If you're going to make us wait for the fucking season for an additional like 2-3 weeks from when you fucking start putting it on TV for streaming, just wait and release the whole goddamn season of the show. Fuck you. I'm so sick of that because it's so obnoxious because some of them do it, some of them don't. So it's, you never know like what show is coming out week by week or what show is coming out all at once. Pick a fucking schedule, normalize the industry, standardize it, and fucking stick to it. God damn it. I don't even care if everybody goes to the fucking weekly release, but everyone has to do it. God damn it.
I can actually sympathize with that. I can sympathize with that.
We're fucking weirdos.
Dude, there's nothing more annoying than being like, oh, all right, this show's out, and I watch all of it. Cool. This show just came out. What the fuck do you mean there's one episode? Fuck you guys.
It's to keep the numbers, dude. Didn't you know that?
Listen, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, they can all go to the weekly release. I'd prefer the Netflix version, but as long as everything is like on the same, like, cool, I can live with it.
That's fair.
I mean, you can live with it either way.
Yeah.
No shit, dipshit.
Jake, did you have anything additional that you would like to complain about, sir?
I don't think so.
No?
No. I think just complaining about myself this time. That's good.
Okay.
I'm always complaining about
Advice.
Oh, fuck. Damn
What?
it.
No, what? What?
No, I just realized there was one thing I wanted to talk about real quick.
Oh, yeah. No, what's up? We can.
There's a gaming thing that's
Yeah.
relevant to like next fucking week.
Nobody cares. So, moving on.
Okay.
Okay, no, what's the gaming thing? What's the gaming thing, David?
I don't know. What's the advice thing, prick?
What's the gaming thing, David?
Fucking Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out.
Yeah, nobody cares
I
about
was
that.
gonna fucking get to the advice. You don't play good games. Fuck off.
I play Tarkov with you.
Yeah, exactly. You don't play good games.
What's so good about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Please
Well,
enlighten me.
one, it coming out next week is forcing me to actually fucking try to finish the first one. But two, Final Fantasy VII is probably my favorite RPG ever. So I am very excited to see where they take this and how far we actually go. Apparently, we actually will get to see more of the world now and a lot more of the characters, which is awesome for me. Because if you've ever played Final Fantasy VII, the world is actually pretty big. Um, to the point where like at the near the end of the game you have to have like an airship so you can actually go everywhere. So but yeah, so that's coming out on Thursday. And on top of that, supposedly they're unlike this one where we had to wait what 4 fucking years for the next part. Apparently there's only a planned year gap in between this next one, which means with that studio it'll be 2 years, but still that's a lot faster than the release between the first one and this one.
Yeah, Nomura's still in charge, so it'll be in 4 years. I
Shut
don't
the
care
fuck
what
up.
they say. I mean, look, yeah, he's the man responsible for the Kingdom Hearts series, David. I have no faith he can release
I
a game on
mean,
time.
that's fair. That's fair. But also, though, they were constantly working on other bullshit.
That's
I don't know. But anyways, I'm excited for an amped up release schedule because their original release schedule, even with Nomura's, like, because he's the king of, hey, we're gonna have it out by here. Never mind, we're pushing it back. But his original release schedule had up 4 years between each of the iterations. So for him to be able to say that, hey, we're actually going to just focus on this game until it's done and to cut that schedule in half is very good news for Final Fantasy obsessed people like myself.
Now, when you say Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is this just a remake of the game? Is that essentially what this is?
So, yes and no.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So,
Okay.
the first chapter is Final Fantasy VII Remake. And apparently at the end, there's some fucky shit, which I'm getting close to.
yeah.
And it
Well-
changes the story from the original Final Fantasy VII. So it'll still be the same world, same cast, but it's going to be a new experience for all of us who are obsessed with this franchise.
Yeah,
Also,
the
it's a very
ending
different
of
play style.
that's true. But yeah,
Okay.
the ending of Final Fantasy VII Remake was almost directly a character being like, "This isn't really a remake, you motherfuckers. This is a new thing." Like very directly.
So
Like
this
it's
is
kind of the plot of the game that it's not a remake.
and Rebirth is going back to the original, or
No, remake was just the first part of the original Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
So they're remaking the original game into a trilogy of games.
I genuinely think I'm too special education right now to understand what you just said.
Yeah,
Okay, so
the-
they're taking the original game and they're remaking it in 3 parts.
Why?
The original game was on 6 discs,
No.
wasn't it?
It
Or
was
was
3
that
discs.
the earlier games?
No, the most for Final Fantasy was 4, and that was Final Fantasy 8. 7 and 9 were both on 3 discs. Also, I'm way too big of a nerd for knowing that right off the top of my head.
Like my brain wants to process what you guys are saying, but I feel like I'm too stupid, right? Like
Okay,
it's
so Jared,
no,
imagine
like you can keep trying, but it's gonna be like trying to
gonna
move a
help
brick
you.
wall.
I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
Jared, you
Take
know the
Mai's
movie
hand.
Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now imagine you wanted to turn that into a TV show instead of a movie. So you have to cut it into little pieces for an episode.
Okay.
But then to make the episodes long enough, you'd have to add some filler.
And sort of Dragon Ball Zing it into a TV show.
Not a great example, but sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
No, I mean, yeah, it is kind of the like going from a manga to an anime thing.
That part, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought he was talking about the Dragon Ball movie to the.
Oh yeah, no. Like yeah. Okay, yeah, no. Okay.
But yes.
Okay. See, this is a good advice opening, helping Jared understand Rebirth 7.
We got you, buddy.
It's fucking dude. Like my brain is trying to cut. Like it is trying so hard it physically hurts. To
I
try,
can tell.
like.
Are you also sick, Jared?
Right? Yeah.
Dude, so Saturday, what was it? So Saturday, so Friday I went to Wausau to go hang out with my mom and my uncle Roger, and that was just a rough fucking day. But so Saturday I woke up for work, and then it was like 2:30. I was golfing, right? I was just like, I'm tired. Like I'm gonna take a danger nap. I woke up at 9:30 at night. I went to bed at like 2:30, woke up at 9:30 at night. And
Jared,
like
that's called a day in the life of Jake.
Yeah, that's a solid nap.
yeah, and I woke
I
up to
can't
like
do it.
4 missed text messages. My buddy Alex had messaged me. His wife even was like, "Hey Jared, are you okay?" And so I was like, "Wow, I was gone for a minute." But yeah, so that was a good one. Good way to yeah, good question, David. Do you understand Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Jared? And the answer to that is no. No, I don't. So what other fake scenarios do you think of before you go to bed, guys? Do you guys have like a fantasy fake story that helps you fall asleep? Or maybe if you can't sleep, what's like a go-to fake scenario that you conjure up in your brain that should be relevant?
I have a lot, but the like most common one that I go to
Mm-hmm.
since I was like a kid is I just come up with Gundams in my head. I just invent in my head different Gundams.
We're learning about each other, David. We're learning about each other.
You guys make sleep way too complicated.
Dude, what are you talking about? Sleep is
Here are
hard.
the steps to sleep. Lay down. Turn on CPAP. Put on CPAP mask. Close eyes. Sleep happens.
Yeah, see,
Buddy, David. It's
I
nice
know
to hear
yours
you
is
that.
just lay down. Sleep happens. Fuck off.
no, lay down, toss and turn for fucking 3 hours, and then finally go to bed, all right? Sleep doesn't just happen immediately. It is not a fun thing. Kyle, what about you, brother?
Well, I mean, the steps to sleep. It's lay down, stare at ceiling for an hour, get back up, turn off light, lay back down, stare at ceiling for another hour,
Why
maybe
so-
go to sleep. If not, get back up, play video games, go to work.
Why is the light on for an hour when you lay down?
Just because sometimes I'm just so lazy, I just don't get up and turn off the light immediately. Okay, so fantasies. There's the adventure one, zombie apocalypse one, rich life. Uh, let's see.
I
Another
just
end of the
asked
world.
for the most common one, not all of them.
Well, I mean the most common one.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say.
Now I want to know.
I'm not allowed to say. Well, fine. Fine, whatever. So there's a few people I really hate in the world.
All right.
The
we can
murder
guess.
fantasy.
We can guess the rest. We can guess the rest.
Kyle. It's not illegal if you're just fantasizing about it.
Yeah, there's a number of people in the world I really do hate to that point. So I don't interact with them anymore, but
Oh, so like Jake
it'd
and I
still
can be on
be
that
pretty
list.
nice for them to be removed from the world.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
That's the most common one.
Mine is interesting because it's like, what if you get 3 wishes from a genie, right? And then the answers are basically always the 3 same ones, but it's what I do with those wishes. Like I can tell how my week is going, right? If it's just like pure like travel and excitement and fucking with people, it's like one of my most recent ones. I don't know why this is a thing, but like, you know how Goku's got that instant transmission, right? Where he can just pop in and pop out of the universe. Like, I'm hoping it's not like Looper where you kind of like phase in and out, where it's just like boop, gone, right? You know, it's just like once you're like, all right, bye, boop, gone, and it's just disappeared. I have this weird fantasy where I'm like, you know, it'd be really fucking cool to go to Canada's front doorstep, knock on our door, and yeah, you are very cool, David. Knock on our front door and just be like, no one's gonna believe you with what you just saw. And then she's gonna be like, oh my god, it's you, Jared. And I'm like, yeah, no one's gonna believe you, Natalie. I'm sorry. And then just poof out of existence, and then just fuck off back to wherever, and then just mind fuck. Do that to a couple people. I think that would be hilarious. No one's gonna believe you. What? Poof, gone. What the fuck?
It's a good use for teleportation. I approve.
See, exactly. Because I'd be like, I held up my end of the bargain. I came to visit you, but yeah, it's poof.
I think it would be funner to just like pop into their house, move a few items around, and then pop back out.
That's a use of teleportation.
Yeah, no, also good. Also, I've sort of mentally combined Kyle's thing with Jared's thing now, and I just immediately thought, oh, I could assassinate Bill Murray.
Boop into Bill Murray's house. No one's gonna believe you. Grab him, boop up to 50,000 feet, just drop him, be like, bye, buddy, and then boop back to the ground.
Exactly.
He died in a tragic accident. No airplanes were supposed to be in the area, but you know he was. I'm gonna put that as the title. And Bill Murray dies. David, what about you?
Oh my god! I already told. Like, I don't have one.
Okay, well you're useless. Anyways, moving on to the next question. What is your favorite piece of jewelry that you own?
This is an easy answer for me.
Me
You
too.
can't say your wedding ring, David.
First of all, it's not my favorite. Fuck off.
Okay.
I have a little black monolith that has my son's names and dates of birth on each of the sides.
Great answer, by the way. Cute family moment. Stop having those when I'm around. Kyle, what about you, brother?
So it's actually 2 pieces. So one's a jewel, like a stone embedded, a scorpion embedded in a stone from my grandmother, and I got a Scorpio keyring from her.
Oh, dope. It's a cool little set.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've got one that hangs in my every vehicle I ever own, which is the necklace. And then the other one I have stashed away in my like my little treasure safe.
I had a
That thing.
my aunt Betty gave me a who's the patron saint of travel or whatever. I forget who it is, but I had a little string that I could put around my mirror.
Is it Saint Christopher?
I think it was Saint Christopher, but she gave me the patron saint of travel, and I always had that in my vehicle until I wore off the rope that it used to hang from.
Huh.
I traveled quite a bit beforehand. I used to drive a lot. But what about you, Jake? What is your favorite piece of jewelry that you own?
Well, I don't really wear jewelry, except for as a bit. Specifically, there was a thing where David's wife bought us all matching Hawaiian shirts to wear on stream. And I went, that's great. It super, like 90s ska fuckboy vibes. So I bought myself a puka shell necklace to wear exclusively with that. I only wear it with that shirt, and it's the only jewelry I have ever worn.
Nice.
That is accurate.
Because I think it's funny.
It matches the attire.
Exactly.
I've got this. I think it's like a 8-gauge ring or something like that. Like it's a thick boy ring, and it's basically rainbow covered. I don't know why, but it's just super heavy. And then I think they call that being anodized, where it's colored like the rainbow, right? I don't know. I just like it a lot. It's really thick. It's really heavy. I've always liked it. It's a tie between that one and my Superman ring. I don't know. I kind of like it a lot. So
Nice.
yeah. Got another quick question for you, boys. What's something you would never buy even if money wasn't an object? What is something you would never buy even if money wasn't an object?
A lot of things.
Right? Yeah, that's
A car until they get self-driving down. A vacation house. A boat.
Okay, why would you not get a car unless it's self-driving, Jake?
So I don't drive. It's not finances that keep me from driving.
right. It's a desire to not drive.
Exactly.
Do you have your driver's license?
Nope.
Put that on
Not
your
anymore.
spreadsheet.
That's not how it works.
Yes, it is. Put it on your spreadsheet.
That's not how it works.
That's exactly how it works, right?
No.
I tell you to do a
No.
thing, you do it.
No,
No.
that's not. No.
That's not how it works, Jared. There's not a fucking life events section of the spreadsheet. If that existed, I wouldn't survive the year. My friends are assholes, Jared.
That is accurate. That is accurate.
How is not?
I'm pretty sure more times than not it would be on the voting. It would be spend time with Jesse, or
Exactly. I wouldn't survive.
Fine.
Try.
Also, I've had a license before, Jared. I used to drive. I hated it. That's why I stopped.
That
It's
is
not
true.
like it. I'm not one of those guys that just like never learned how to drive. I learned how to drive, was terrible at it, hated it, and went, "This isn't for me."
No, okay. That's
It's
fair.
better for the world if I don't continue to do this.
That is also true. He gets lost very easy.
What the fuck do you... Whatever. I'm done. I'm done with that question. I'm done with that topic for Jake. Moving on. Kyle.
I'll have to tell a story sometime about how he got lost walking in our town.
I'm sorry. Fucking wait. What?
David's trying to spread lies.
That is not true. So our town's pretty easy to navigate because on the south side of the town is the mountain, which you can see from everywhere.
Yeah.
So you know that's south. Well, you see, on the west side, we have something called the event center, which looks like a giant Pizza Hut.
Okay.
And then on the east side, we have the mall. And Jake and one of our buddies was walking downtown, and they could swear that the giant Pizza Hut was actually the mall. And so they were walking the wrong way.
Not they. I knew we were going towards the event center. I just cannot convince our friend Nathan that it was the event center and not the mall.
You say that, but I picked you up going the wrong way. Did I not?
Yes. But I knew we were going the wrong way. I do get easily lost, but you always go to the same fucking story. That's not true.
But then why didn't you just walk the different direction and let them get fucking lost?
Because then I would... You don't split the party, Jared.
You always split the party. That's rule number one.
And we'd already split the party. I wasn't going to split the party more.
You always split the party. That
The
is always
reason we
rule.
were walking is because we got tired of waiting for David. So we just started walking.
Because I was doing something they couldn't comprehend. I was inside talking to a girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, so.
Took too long. We got bored, so we started walking.
Well, I mean, I could see why Jake would get bored with it. So.
Wait, what?
I was making a joke about him being gay.
What? He's not. Jared.
What?
He's not gay, he's bi. There is a difference, buddy.
He's beautiful no matter what, all right? Don't touch him.
I don't think I was disagreeing with that at any point.
I got you, Jared.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you, sir. Gosh, it's one of the few people I actually want on this podcast. Good God. So David, what is something you wouldn't buy, even if money wasn't an object?
Fucking anything for you, apparently. Jesus Christ.
What about you, Kyle?
The people.
Whoa. What the fuck?
I mean, good answer.
It's a great answer, Kyle.
I mean,
Legal things, Kyle. Legal things.
I mean,
Okay.
I can't argue with him. Can I change my answer? I want to go with people as well.
I fucking quit.
Do we need to be on the record?
Right? Yeah.
Sure. On the record, the members of Nobody's Listening and Let's Play Deathray would never, ever, ever buy people for any reason whatsoever. You know,
Correct.
because that's a real thing anymore.
What an ending.
I promise you I'm not stupid, I'm just panicking.
Can I be honest with y'all? I thought they were all robots at the zoo. I've never seen one in the wilds. So as far as I was concerned, they don't actually exist, but apparently they do. So that blows my mind.
Fucking buying people. Kyle, I have to put this on air, okay? I have to put this on air. The whole reason we have the Discord is so we can talk about what we want to talk about. Just like Jake said, like if you're just like, hey, we're talking about Pokemon, and you're like, I don't really feel like buying people is the correct thing to do. You can't just do that transition, brother. We have to have a
I disagree. Talking about human trafficking in a negative light is always appropriate.
Yeah, but like you don't do it in the middle of us talking about another topic. You put it in the Discord. So it's like, hey, this week Kyle wants to talk about this. Great. We can always transition to that. I can do a really good transition or a poor one, right?
Also, to answer the question that I was in the middle of answering when this conversation started, July 26th.
July 26th?
Yeah, so we got some time.
All right, well, there you guys go. Yeah. February 25th. Yeah, in 4 months? June, July. Yeah, in 4 months. Stay tuned for us reviewing Deadpool and Wolverine.